Good morning. Happy e-learning day. I'm guessing that all of you slept with your PJs on inside out last night. Maybe flushed a ice cube, or perhaps even slept with a spoon under your pillow, right? Anyway, today for our e-learning lesson, we are going to work through an Illinois Constitution review PowerPoint. As you view this PowerPoint, you should also reference the review sheet that you received Monday in class and fill in any missing answers that you may have. I will collect your review sheets on Friday, so please make sure you have those finished. Also, please make sure you post the link to your home page for your website, let's say by 3 p.m. today. If you run into any issues with that, please send me an email. So let's get started. Okay, again, this is a review PowerPoint, so a lot of this material you may already have in your notes. But keep in mind the Illinois Constitution test is fast approaching, so make sure that you go through the entire presentation. Remember, you need to know that Illinois was the 21st state. It became a state in the year 1818. The current constitution that governs us is the fourth one Illinois has had, and this was written in 1970. A couple new things added to the 1970 Constitution. The preamble changed a little bit and now includes that the government must protect people's health and must fight poverty and inequality. The governor and lieutenant governor are elected as a team from one party. Also, home rule was added to the 1970 Constitution, so please make sure you understand that definition. You've probably discovered by now that the Illinois Constitution is much longer than the U.S. Constitution, but why is that? It is much more specific. Why do you think that is? Additionally, the Illinois Constitution creates three branches: executive, judicial, legislative, and also includes separation of power. Similarities with the preamble. The preamble for the Illinois Constitution also introduces the Illinois Constitution as it did with the U.S. Constitution. It tells what the purpose is. It starts off by saying, quote, "We the people of the state of Illinois," end quote. Article 1 of the Illinois Constitution includes the Bill of Rights. This is listed at the beginning instead of the end, like in the U.S. Constitution. It grants inalienable rights, rights that cannot be taken away. Examples: life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, and also grants personal freedoms such as religion, speech, and assembly. Looking ahead to Article 3, suffrage and elections, references voting requirements. To vote in the state of Illinois, you must be a U.S. citizen, 18 years old, and a resident of Illinois for at least 30 days before the election. Included, State Board of Elections is a group of people that supervises and carries out elections. Article 4 describes the state legislature. Illinois has a bicameral legislature, which is made up of two houses, the Senate and the House of Representatives, making up the General Assembly. Illinois has 59 senators and 118 representatives. Just as there were requirements to run for the federal Senate and the federal House of Representatives, Illinois also has requirements for those positions statewide. Members must be U.S. citizens, must be 21 years old, and live in the district that they are representing for at least 2 years. The Speaker of the House is the highest officer in the House, and he or she is chosen from the majority party. Please make sure you know who the Illinois Speaker of the House is for your Constitution test. President of the Senate is the highest officer in the Senate. He or she also serves from the majority party. Walking through the steps on how a bill becomes a law. A bill can start in either house, so in either the House of Representatives or the Senate. It must be signed by the Speaker and the President of the Senate. Then it is sent to the governor, where he or she can sign or veto. The governor has 60 days to act, and there are 3 types of vetoes, so please make sure you are aware of those different types. Article 5, the executive. So in this case, the governor. The governor of Illinois is elected to a 4-year term. Qualifications to be governor: U.S. citizen, at least 25 years old, and must live in the state for at least 3 years. Some of the responsibilities that the governor has include head of the executive branch, enforcing laws, appoints officers, issues executive orders, commander-in-chief of the state military, the National Guard, gives the condition of the state message, and his name is Bruce Bronner. Again, this should already be in your notes, but it's important to review the material. Lieutenant governor has similar responsibilities as the vice president, completes tasks given by the governor, is elected along with the governor, and is first in line of succession should the governor no longer be able to serve. Illinois Attorney General is the legal officer of the state, Lisa Madigan, and also provides legal advice. And probably your favorite executive office at the moment is the Secretary of State, because you are all hoping to get your driver's license very soon. The responsibility of this office is to keep records and also issue driver's license. It is also the symbolic keeper of the seal of Illinois. Comptroller maintains the state's fiscal accounts, probably quite a challenge in Illinois at the moment. And the treasurer protects and invests state funds and also makes payments on behalf of the state. We previously talked about the judiciary, and you should also know that there are 3 levels of courts: Supreme Court, Appellate Court, Circuit Courts. And judges for that court are chosen by the people living in Illinois. The Supreme Court includes 7 justices, 1 Chief Justice, 4 votes needed for a quorum. Please make sure you look up what the word quorum means. The Supreme Court also has appellate and original jurisdiction, and Supreme Court justices serve for a 10-year term. Looking at the maps to the right, you can see a breakdown of the districts, and I know we talked about this in class, and we got a little storm warning, 5 to 7 inches of snow as I'm recording, so that's exciting. Back to the map. As you can see, the districts for the judicial branch are showed on the right. And remember, I mentioned that the districts up north are going to be a little smaller because the population is heavier towards the northern part of our state. And then if you look at, District 5 towards the bottom, that district is much larger because there are fewer people living in there. Circuit courts are the trial courts, and they have original jurisdiction as well. So you can kind of see those divisions as well. Counties. How the state is divided. There are 102 of them. You are either researching Monroe and Randolph County or St. Clair County for your upcoming county websites. So continue working on that. Also know that within counties exist municipalities, cities, villages, and also incorporated towns. County officers. I will not ask you for names of these officials because they will vary by our class depending upon where you live. But you should know that all counties are required to have a sheriff, a county clerk, and a treasurer. And finally, education. The state of Illinois provides free education K through 12, and it is financed by the state government. This includes public schools, not the private schools like Jabot Catholic High School and such. The State Board of Education was created to supervise the schools as well.